G'day everyone, welcome along, welcome to Steelhorse Station. I hope everyone is well this evening. It is just coming up on 8 p.m. here in Oz on Wednesday the 5th of July. This is late scheduling to make up for the two normal streams that I'm not going to be able to do this week, one of which I've already missed and the other one which would have been on Friday morning my time. But I hope you're all enjoying your week and getting up to a few bits and pieces. Doubt that we'll get any US viewers for this stream, given that it's 4th of July holiday week. Farm Sim Brisco, thank you very much for stopping by. Great to see you. And I can see Grant might be lurking there in the background as well. He was with us a second ago. Numbers seem to be bouncing around a little bit, but without too much further ado, let's jump across, because our big reason for the stream is to have a look at Farm Sim Brisco's new map. Oh, there's Grant. Indeed, welcome. Farm Sim Brisco's great new map, Saxthorpe. So let's jump across there and click on the button. So I've done very little. This is kind of a cross between whoops, let's try hitting the right button, shall we? There we go, that looks better. A tour, but in the style that I kind of like to do the first look at maps, and I'm approaching it as though I'm setting it up for an ongoing series, but I haven't made that decision yet, although I have a bit of an idea forming in my head. So I've only been in the map once before earlier in the day, just to start a couple of things and have a quick look to see if my initial idea was going to work. And so that's why, even though I'm starting on new manager, if you start right from brand new, you spawn in at the shop as your first spawn, and then as soon as you come back, you spawn in here. And if we have a look at the mini map, we'll get a bit of a sense of what's going on. So we've actually spawned in over here, which is the starter farm for new manager. And you can see it's a normal size map for anyone that picks this up afterwards. The shop is down here in the bottom right, the southeast corner. And there's a sort of a couple of major roads that run through the map. In terms of the playthrough today, I've decided to purchase 3 fields and the farm that has the cow sheds up here in the northern area of the map. So in terms of scenario, I'm sort of thinking of a big dairy operation, but that's been struggling a bit. So we'll sort of go to set that up shortly. So starting on Farm Manager, we had $1.5 million. So I spent a bunch of that. So 261 on the farm, yard and buildings, and the cow pens. 215 on field 40, 228 on field 31, and 533 on 220. So that ran out. That pretty much consumed my first $1.5 million. And then I thought, well, I need some tractors. So I started selecting the equipment. And so then I thought, well, I'm going with the scenario we were playing. I put the enhanced loan mod on, and it told me the maximum loan I could take with that land purchase was 1.2 million or thereabouts. So I thought, well, let's take that for 20 years. It sounds like a reasonable mortgage for a cash strapped individual. And that is pretty much where we're up to now. So I've ferried one tractor back to the farm. I decided we needed an icon because of the part of the world we're in. You can see it's a class dealership, so it made perfect sense. Yes, I know I can edit it. I was more talking through the scenario. That's definitely not a map constraint. So it just fitted my rationale in my head. But being the main branding on the dealership and the like, I decided a couple of class tractors would also accompany a JCB, and I've never had an icon on a map before. So that's what I've done. Now, what I'm keen to... Actually, before I go up to the farm, I probably should add some equipment because we're going to need stuff. Let's see, what have we got down here? What's on the front of that tractor? Right. So, let's have a look. So it's a cow operation. So let's set a few things up here before we look around. Will I use store delivery? I will not, because I forgot to add it as a mod. I've only added a few. We'll drive some of it. So we'll send one of the tractors at least to see how auto drive handles out of the box, or the AI rather, out of the box. Now, what do we need here? Let's see. We want... It's a cow operation, so we're going to need some trucks. I was thinking one of these I've not used before. So let's grab one of those. Blue looks like a good colour for this farm. No GPS required. Let's buy that. And... you come with a trailer, don't you? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's probably under animals. Animal transport. Here we go. Is that the one that goes with it? That's the tank pack. Yeah, let's go with one of those. Same colours. Yes. What we can do with you in a sec. Now we're going to need what's actually in the ground in our fields. I know one of the fields I bought spawned with cotton in it, which I thought was pretty silly. So I turned that into grass. Oh, it looks like we've inherited some sugar beet, which is just interesting. And what is that? That looks like... surely not potatoes. Let's see. It is. I wasn't paying attention when I bought the fields. That wasn't what I really wanted. Okay. Never mind. We mightn't do anything with those on that basis. Let's have a look at harvest contracts. They're a good size. Why don't we borrow the equipment to do that, so we can figure that out a bit later on. First thing we notice is oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, the grants on PC. I haven't, well, I haven't observed any issues. I'm running, let's have a look over here. Let's just pop that up for a second. So I'm running, where are we? Saxthorpe. I haven't updated this since, come on. Why is it not telling me about all the mods I've got in there? Export list. I didn't update it before I started the game. I've got about, let's just go back a step. Let's go back to there. Let's go back here. We can do this in quickly in a second. Because it's not anywhere near the number of mods that I run on Oaks, but it's also not a completely clean. For content scratches. All of a sudden, Modhub has gotten really slow to respond. So I'm running a bunch of different things. Right, so the downloaded mods, I've got Follow Me, selection of bits of equipment. I added a whole raft of class stuff. I put the mud system on because I thought that might be interesting, and felt like that one of the fields around the farm was at least a bit wet. I put on the fill type limit, got course play, some trailers, better contracts, easy dev, paint and terraform. So as you can see, it's a reasonable cross section of the mods that I usually use, and so far I haven't observed well, touch wood. Let's jump back in. And let's put the console on so that we see, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any errors in it. Not that I've checked. It's always, there we go. Always interesting doing it on live TV. But no, it's a clean log. I didn't add anything further. That's all coming up fine. I do like the bird noises. As you can see, came up pretty quick. So nothing flashed through the log there, and you saw what I said before that we start in here. The comment I was going to make is that it's nice to see all the equipment actually facing a direction where you can get at it pretty easily and not having to worry about what is where. Let's just find out. I haven't obviously set up any auto drive courses. I literally added the auto drive mod just before the stream started. So it's just the out of the box AI plus whatever splines Farm Sim Brisco has chosen to install. Oh, just judge that. So let's, the animal deal is a little bit out of the way, so I may be tempting, fate a little bit here. But let's see if we can drive up to there. It is unreachable. I thought it might be. Let's try. Can I get to here? No. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll go and map our own course. which will require me to set up the settings. It's a brand new implementation of auto drive. Let's turn you down to 60. Look ahead distance. Fix silo empty wait. Auto connect the start. No. Auto connect the end. No. Driver's wages 50 will do for the purposes of today. Use folders. Trigger edition. Okay, apply those. And in here, GUI scale, show next path. Above the tractor. Apply. If we have a look on here, no. Right. Let's try now. There we go. So this is a good opportunity to drive around to the store. Well, that's unfortunate. Just because I was trying to create some momentum for you. But you can already see we've just met up with what auto drives deduced from the spline that Farm Sim Brisco's already applied. Why is that doing that? Because it's a two-way. I'll come back and fix that connection later. Get out of it. What are you doing? Why is that better? That's better. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, my wheel is just being a bit problematic. So we'll just take this turn off here. I'll try and give you a bit of a view as we go. It's all well signposted. And in typical Farm Sim Brisco style, there's heaps of detail and you feel immediately like you're in a living place. Little vehicles parked. I watched Mr. Sealy P's review earlier in the day, and I caught up with one that FSG did a few days ago, and I agree with all of their comments. Mr. Sealy P particularly noted on the ridges that surround a lot of the fields and how much it sort of matched his memory of the area. Now, there's the main starter farm was off, whoops, to our left there. That's the biogas plant over in there. The traffic's quite well behaved, I noticed. Now, just up here on the right, I think is where we'll find the turn off to the animal dealer. It's interesting that AutoDrive's interpreted these splines as two-way. I wonder why that is. Well, it's only two-way if vehicles can enter it going the other way. I can fix that after. I'm just curious as to what auto drives read from the map in order to design it in as two-way. That's just probably one to put on your checklist. But for now, we're gonna bridge off here when this car comes past. I like the fact that the traffic is actually traveling a little bit slower. I didn't notice that before. So you've obviously adjusted that when you've put the traffic splines in. Now let's just turn around and connect you on there. So this route up here will ultimately need to be two-way, but for now I'll just do, we're not going to have that much going on. I just want to be able to send the truck up here to get some more cows a bit later on. But you get a good sense of the feel of it. It's a bit of a drop off. We look as an edge shot. It's very nicely done. I do like the fact that the roads look, you know, I'll say barely maintained council equivalent for what you'd expect to see in a district like this. Now let's see here. Let's drive you up. Put a marker on the sell point. There's a few livestock in there. That'll do for the job. Animal dealer. Will do. Jason Rowe. You like any of our highways, exactly. Yeah, it looks remarkably similar to the last time I was on the Newell. Actually, yeah, we'll just head back out to the road. I'm not going to buy any on this trip. We'll just link this back so that it's at least part of the network. In Mr. Silly P's map tour, I did enjoy him bumping along the farm tracks. We'll see a bit of those later. Rightio, so let's stop you around about there. That's sort of about what you're going to be a pain, are you? Let's just join you straight on for now so that we've got a connection. I'll worry about it after. Aha. I can imagine what sort of state it's in with the heavy vehicles that were running up and down there. Jason. Nice little water source off to our left. Now let's just see if I try and send you from here by any chance. Can you make it up our driveway? Okay, we can see where the main splines are on the map. So we should be able to drive to here. No, it's not connected at the intersection back in town, so that's all right. We'll fix that in just a second. Field sizes are really quite varied. Whoops. There we go. First crash. That's me looking at the field and driving around a non-straight road. If you've got another chance to add little things, just looking at these splines for console players, I would be inclined to make sure you've got a spur, an AI spur into their main yard on each of the farms. That's interesting. Why? What's going on there? The fact I thought that corner might not be connected. I wonder why it is not allowing me to set a route up to here. Target is unreachable. Is there a break somewhere? Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into that. I watch a lot of his map tours, and he doesn't always. He rarely leaps out. I also think got the impression he'd been away for a few days and was not quite as chirpy as he normally is. It is a busy highway. And you can tell. But the fact that they're not going quite as fast does actually give you a chance. What I'm looking for is there somehow a break in this? Because I don't understand why I wasn't able to send a vehicle up here. Where's my driveway? I don't know the map well enough. Not quite there yet. There's some good sized fields, and roads like this, the access, even though it is busy, the access is good enough to bring certainly medium-sized equipment up. So there's our farm gate. That might be the reason why I couldn't drive up the driveway. What I should definitely do. I'll come back and do it with the tractor, actually. It'll do a better job. So we got corn out that side. There's the spuds. That's the grass I threw in that field. Our class is sitting over there. And this is our yard. Let's have a look. Where are the triggers? So actually what I'm going to do. Oh, I put the enhanced animal mod on. So we've got ages of animals and a few more choices. So I'm thinking, let's just grab 10 to start. Buy 10 of those. I don't think we necessarily want 10 bulls. Heifers, we will get another 10. Another 10. That's a good start. We won't worry about the Swiss. So 35 out of 200 in there. No, you just missed me crashing and relocating the truck up. We've arrived at the farm I've purchased. So you can see I've put some cows in our first pen there. And then the next one is just up here. Why can't I get that trigger? There it is. So 300 in here. Let's just... Let's grab a 60 in there for the minute. So this is kind of part of why I was talking at the outset. The backstory I had in mind was a struggling dairy operation because, 500 capacity in those two pens, old, seen a lot of work barns, and then down here in this immediately adjacent field, some nice looking pasture, which will take another 150 on this side. So let's put 60 in there. And another 60 in here. So holding capacity for the farm of 800 cows, which feels like a pretty sizable operation, but also really good mix of sort of areas to bring it to life. I really like this, the way this area here is done with the water source we would call a dam in our part of the world. So I could just imagine that the only downside of the way the navigation meshes work in Giants World is I can imagine the cows clustered here on the bank. But this field looks terrific. Really like it. And I love these puddles. So this is our yard. I haven't made any calls on how we're going to set things up. Couple of bunkers here. I was planning, planning is too strong a word. I thought that what I would do, I think I put a mod in that allows me to buy. G'day, Mark. Welcome along. Hey, even. Het will do. I put a mod in that allows me to buy TMR in bags. So I figured that part of the fact that we've fallen on tough times or tougher times, struggling a bit, we mightn't have got the right crops in the ground, or who knows what I haven't really thought out the backstory, but that I would at least buy some feed for the minute. So let's grab 8 bags of that. Another 8. I thought I might also grab eight of those. And then, as I said, when I actually spawned the map, I had cotton in here. So I've planted some grass. I'm not intending to spend the whole of the stream in August. I am planning that once we get some basics set up, we'll roll forward into September, and that should give us the ability to come back and cut this. I haven't decided how we'll get some of it into the bunker, but silage looks to be the go. Now, do we need to send you back to the shop? I suspect we do, which means what we might do here is record a little bit of a course out. We kind of got a nice view. We're on a bit of a hill here, or just a rise. Let's keep left. And let's see if we can hook you on without too much trouble. It's being a little better behaved, or is it? What's it done there? What have you done? How bizarre. Something weird going on here. That looks better. Now, are you going to let me drive back to the dealership, or at least the road in? Set destination. Let's just try getting to there. That's a start. That was a little bit more successful. I wonder... You see how it's plotted the spline here? I reckon the spline and the mini-map don't align quite as we would like. And so as a result, when you pick a destination, you put it on the spline. It will, depends how you do it. If the spline's not showing, you'll put it on the road and it'll be too far from the spline for the base game AI to reconcile. Now we know that the spline's on the road, so the spline's in the right spot. It's just that the mini-map doesn't quite align by the looks, which is just interesting. Because as you saw on that occasion, when I got it right down here, it worked first time, whereas I couldn't get it to drive up there before. So interesting little learning. Now, let's go back. We've got some stuff here. We've got a contract we could... What field's the contract on? Because the advantage of doing the contract is it'll generate some money, of course. Harvesting field 15, which is 37, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 over near the animal dealer. So now that we know a little more about the spline, can we get... Come on, get on there. I think I'm going to put the trailer on the... Well, let's try it out of the box. Let's see what happens. I do like the size and the layout of this yard. It spawns stuff usefully. So let's see. Can I get you now to go to field 15? Now that I've got a course up there. Somewhere like that. Yes, I can. Excellent. That's better. Spin you around without deep sixing. One quirky little question, Farm Sim Brisco. I noticed when you spawn on not start from scratch, new farmer, You don't have any class tractors. There's nothing wrong with the tractors you do start with. It was just spawn, because the initial spawn points in a class dealership. I expected to walk out and at least see one piece of class equipment in my starting set, and I didn't get any, which was, I just thought was a quirky. I wondered if there was a story behind it, or in fact it was something that you'd randomized, not having any clue about how starting equipment's set up. Are you gonna just... There we go. Right. Let's see if we can follow suit with our man here. Set destination. That'll be a good spot. Right about there. That's what we like to see. No? Thinking about it? We'll give you a moment. Meanwhile, we'll jump in and find ourselves a bale trailer. What did I put on? Farm Tech. Johnson. Let's try the Johnson. Low attacher. Let me just have a look here. Ah. Right. Fair enough. I figured there'd be thinking behind it. It didn't occur to me what it was, and not knowing tractor history is not my strong suit. What am I doing? I just bought that, didn't I? So you don't look like you're going anywhere at present. Does that? That's because you're stuck in front of us by the looks. Well, that was the thing. It's like, yeah, you can't blame the AI traffic. They're two of our tractors. One we chose, one I sent there, and the other one I crashed. What are you doing? Let's just turn the corner here and go back and fix it. Create my own problems, I do. What's she stuck on? What is happening? It's like the front of the track, there we go, is bolted to the ground. Exactly. Now, hold on, let's try it again. Cancel job. Set destination. All those cars that are cute. That's quite a traffic jam. I like all the signposting. I reckon it would be worth slowing the probability of spawn on those lines, because you'll never get AI working properly with that much traffic. And let's just put this spur in. And that one. That'll do. Can I thread the needle through there? Yes. Is there a second door into the yard down there? There is not. So we want to turn there. Pull up here. So that's the dealership. And then run up the other side. Right. That'll kind of approximate it. Now we'll jump back in here and just turn off. Too many things going through my head at once. Let's just try and correct that mess. Jump out of there. See if we can send this. It's, if you've done it, have you, it's in the editor, in the parameters of the spline itself. I'm not going to take that bet. I think there's every chance that that will happen, Grant. We'll move it in just a sec. Now, what's happening here? Going to stop that. Cancel job. Right. Set destination. What are you? I'm tipping that those fences are upsetting the combine. Okay. Well, it's further away than you think, but certainly not in the right spot. At an unconnected point further down the road. That's every chance. Let's have a look. Well, yeah. Let's cancel job. The traffic spline, correct. So in Giants Editor for the spline, I'm just trying to remember it. If you have a look at the Farmer Bob, oh, there it is there, right there. That's what Mark's talking about, I think. No, that's connected. And it's going in the right direction. Or is it? What's going on here? It is not connected. That's a bit odd. But you're connected. That makes no sense. That corner out of there is not friendly for long trailers. But our other guy didn't make the turn in, but he might get there in the long run. Oh, that's nasty. There's a collision on the sign. Okay. That's all good around there. So now let's try. Have I gone onto the correct road? Yes. Yep, I'm on the correct road. So let's go here, set destination. That's better. Let me see if, so I'm just going to jump across and see if I can answer that question. Farm Sim Brisco. Let's see here. Let's go to workbench map. It's open. This might slow everything down. There's nothing like running the game and the editor at the same time. Thank you. Well, it did. It got me. Now, let's just flick across to here. So I'm just on the valley, the old farm, to try and just have a look at this spline. And try and remember. It's on create. Create road spline. Where? Oh, it's not in the. It's not in Giants Editor. I'm looking in the wrong spot. It's the. Excellent. Yeah, that's very. That's. Yes. So he took Smoko instead. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Let's just not do that and go into. User attributes. Where are they? Down here somewhere, I think. That's true too. That is true indeed. Oh, come on. I can't remember. What was the name of what I was looking for? There we go. This value, I think, affects the spawn rate, but I can't remember what the actual values mean. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's not. It's density. Maybe it's density. I'd have to go back and watch the Farmer. The first time I saw it covered was in a Farmer Bob video. And it's just a setting. I'll do some looking around and see if I can get you a definitive answer, Farm Sim Brisco, so that, and then I can just run a couple of experiments. Right, let's go back to where we were. Let's shut that and go back over there. Right, we've stopped traffic quite effectively. What I will say is the harvester towing anything is just too, the spine lines are just too close for this traffic. So the easiest way to deal with that for the minute is we're going to turn it off for now. Where's traffic? Traffic is off. Oh, while I'm here, I don't know if any of you guys are aware, this was news to me, but I certainly knew that the enhanced animal system, the enhanced loan system had put some settings in here. I didn't realize that it had put them in the game setting menu. So you can set the loan duration and whether the interest rate is dynamic or not in here. But also down the bottom of general settings, Lumberjack has now included a whole bunch of its settings, which was news to me. I don't know when these came in, but you can change walking speed, running speed, how much you can lift with super strength, how much you can lift with normal strength, the range at which it comes into effect. Really a set of very useful settings that I did not know were here. So just for what it's worth, you might, if you're a user of Lumberjack, you might find those useful. Certainly the idea that you can just bump up the normal strength value and therefore not need to use super strength, for example. Yeah, I certainly don't think you've done anything wrong. It's just now having had a go at using it. I'm keen to tweak it because that's just how I think about stuff. So if I can find some sensible suggestions for you, I'll fling them across. And the other thing I discovered that Simple Inspector also has a whole bunch of settings that are in this menu now. So that's easy. And you can work through them in your own time. I just wanted to point out that they were there. So now that the traffic's gone, we should be able to kill the worker. Not literally, but metaphorically. And take our harvester across to the field. Could probably turn that off for the minute. Oop, bump. It's much better with the cat's eyes not making a bump. Although I imagine Farm Sim Brisco, that was a real pain to have to go through and fix those. They look really good though. And I do like your little roundabouts at the map edge here. They're quite cute. Yeah, let's see. What have we got there? Drink, that would be good. You've achieved the effect of making the map feel bigger than it is. That's for sure. So I think that's the... No, it's not. That's not the field we have to harvest. There's a sell point over there on the edge of the map. The field we have to harvest is up here in front of us. Now, what's the right way into this field? Let's have a look. Before we drive up a difficult road with the harvester on, looks like we might be able to... that's a bit of a steep entrance, isn't it? Nope. Is it this side? It would be nice to discover the way I'm supposed to enter the field rather than just bump expensive borrowed equipment across the hump. Let's have a look up here. Right. Gosh, that would have been painfully tedious exercise given what sort of job you'd done putting them in. Oh, looks like I can I get in there? Yes, I can. Right. That will do. That will be a bit fiddly. What's this corner like? Is it any better? Why is this so much sunshine? It's August, right? And we've only been playing a day. Let's just wind the clock back a little bit. I reckon I might bring the harvester up here and start in this corner. If you're only keeping them on the curves, does that mean you can disable, like turn them off once in the model and only in all the straight sections? Or is the way that the model's done make that too hard? Yeah, thanks, Grant. Actually, we might just start here. That looks good to me. Let's pull you across-ish. Angles. Gonna bring the trailer back with it. Ah, okay. Right. So let's give Courseplay a whirl. 10.8, one tool. Let's do 2 headlands. Start on the headland. Let's do sharp corners. We'll find out a lot about our fields. Let's do lands. That looks better. Start. I think drama is the operative word. I've come to the conclusion that the primary objective of both the media and the players that are commenting is to create conflict in order to try and get a crowd to come to the last 3 tests, because at 2-0 down in the series they might struggle to attract any interest. What happened to that trailer that I bought? Did I run into the limit of the... Shouldn't have. Or did I just not buy it? I just didn't buy it. It was that simple. That's the Marshall that I wanted. Or the Johnson, rather. Oh, I didn't decide what attacher I wanted. That's why. Let's go for the eye attacher. Yes. Tension belts. Main color. We want that bluey sort of color will do, I think. By you. Is that going to work? Now, that looks fairly civilized. Can we get you to load? Why did I think that that was in universal auto load? Clearly it is not. That's irritating. I'm sure it was in the universal auto load list. Never mind. Then about the front, yep. Trailer loaded. Good. Oops, I did drop one off. Rusty Money, how are you, sir? Well, once upon a time it did. It worked fine, but it could also be that because these are custom pellets, they're not defined. Oh, I pushed two off the back again. When I moved the vehicle, I really am not paying attention. We'll find out in a sec when we do the bales that are at the back. Come on, stand on there. So we're making ourselves busy here. Rusty getting some TMR up to our struggling dairy operation. Let's see. I didn't actually put a marker at the farm, did I? I'm not thinking. That's not the way to do it. Let's go just back here. Add a vehicle. Set destination. You should be able to drive to there now. Fails, but that's it. Okay, well, let's find out in a sec. We'll get the TMR up there first. I actually don't mind for the purposes of the exercise. Let's grab that. That's what I should have been looking for, because that would have told me that it doesn't have any auto load on it. And where the other game save that I've got somewhere where it's in, I must have added it to the file myself. But this one does. So we'll put those on and we'll buy those. Because then we'll get this guy. Actually, let's use the smaller class should be able to pull it. There we go. Beautiful. Our worker is being much more successful. So let's try there. Let's rightio, that's good. Let's head down. Where are you? You're over behind us. Up and over that 4-foot jump. Now, what sell point are we delivering to, I wonder? I love that farm track. Nice and an appropriate amount of bumpiness. Now, we're taking this contract to... Class Grain Bay 2. Let's just... We've got 90,000 to take. Is that over here somewhere? East Coast. Okay, it's back at the dealership. Create job. Will you? Well, let's back you out of there. That's looking pretty good. You made it back to the farm, which is excellent. Let us... Now, that's a milk point. That's a feed point. I don't want to put it all in one shed, so we'll... Field. Oh, can you only get in there from the other end? You must be able to. Right, okay. We've got to go round. Ah. Turn. Just turn earlier, champ. So let's just put... It's not too fast to load. That's the beginning. Loads all the way down there. Right. So let's take one of you. You stop unloading if I put you on the floor. That's to be expected. Actually, I could put all the TMR in here and then just put the hay in the meadow. That was kind of the idea that I had in my head when I bought it. So I'll just carry a couple more around. The sounds are eating sounds. Indeed. So let's just back you in there a little further. Right. Okay, pull you out of there. I would need to change the hitch using this trailer on this tractor. Right. There we go. So these cows have now had something to eat. I don't need the trailer back at the yard, so we can pop back at the dealership. So we don't need to send this back for the minute. I'll just park you there, I think. The hay should be here. Yep, there he is. That makes perfect sense, Rusty, but it sounds like from what Farm Sim Brisco was saying just a little bit earlier, there's a change he's got to do. So it's not, it won't be a problem to wait. As you can see, the map's terrific. So there'll be plenty of opportunity to play it, I think. And lots of storylines possible. So it was always my plan, being a pasture, just to put hay out here and rear the calves in the summer. Because sort of the concept I was working with is that we'd only collect milk up in the sheds. It doesn't seem overly realistic that even though these pastures do produce milk, that you'd collect milk at scale down in the pasture. So what do we got there? We got 50,000 litres in that one. Okay, they're both full. Good. Do I need to get water up for these? Yes, I do. So we need a tanker. I quite like... I did put some milk tankers in, I think, too. Where would they be? Maybe they're a miscellaneous. I thought I put a man. That's the man platform. Oh, sure, I put man tankers in. Where am I looking that's wrong? Yes, I think so. Well, I'm enjoying it. That's for sure. Why can't I see? That's not there. That's all the base game stuff. That's the livestock truck. Where have the man tankers gone? Okay, I'm confused. That's very strange. Unless they didn't finish downloading. Maybe that's the... I just didn't see them though before. That must be the case. Oh no, that big silo king's there. Well, we need you. Let's get milk and water, which is what we want. Air hose black. And we want you in that color. Yes. Escape. So let's get you out of here. I thought, oh, there we go. There's, so why can't I find that in the shop menu? That's the one we want anyway. Or a one that we want. So we'll buy you because you're second hand anyway. That looks pretty cool. We'll buy one of those too. We don't want those. Well, that's what I thought. I thought I looked there, but I didn't see it. Vehicle. Unless it's in here. No. Vehicle animals. It's not on that list. It's very strange. And it's not in there. Quite odd. Let's get you out of the way. Let's pop you up here. Now let's go back. I don't want you. Send you back down. Look in vehicles, not tools. Ah. All right, we'll do that in just a second. Just get this guy emptied out. Because then we can take a full load back to the... Oh, of course you are. That's my mistake. I didn't set him to wait. What are we looking at? It is... This, I've got the weight limit for trailers on, so I'm not expecting you'll take a full load here. Let's get to the end. Good day. Right. Let's see if I've laid enough auto drive route for you to be able to actually drive to the loading station is, let's just try delivering to class. Where are you? Brisco. Class was Bay 2, wasn't it? That's the one. Loading position is somewhere around there. Start the job. Corner speed, let's try 60%. Unload fill level 80%. No, let's go with unload fill level. Okay, now to Grant's suggestion, look in vehicles, animals. Okay, that's where I should have looked. Thank you, Grant. I thought I'd brought them in. That was the other one, and it was more expensive. This is the one that I actually wanted, and I knew I'd seen it in the sale somewhere. So thank you. Right, nothing more in there we need for the moment. I'll leave you go. Now, have you got a tow hitch on the back? You have. So we can send you up to our place with the water trailer. Great job. No, we don't want to do that. We want to send you to there. Yes, that's becoming my common excuse. What are you now waiting for? Interesting. Let's just have a look. I reckon that's the problem. So I got to bring the collision detection box in because it's picking up the fence on that side of the road. Don't know if I can. Void fruit. No, no. Automatic tip side. Apply that. Global settings. Don't think I can do anything about that. That's going to just be annoying. Cancel. So I need the auto route marker set at the other end, because then I can potentially send it with auto drive. Let's have a look here. Where did I end up getting to? That was the out road I created. Let's create an inroad with auto drive. And connect on and put a label there and see if that helps. Oops. And watch out for the fence or the gate. So let's try record. Let's just call this main yard park 1. Right. So if we now go back to the yard, what I wanted to put on there, because we'll need it next time, I did put some mowers in. So we've got, I thought it was only appropriate that we bought a pair of class mowers from the class shop, or that we would have class mowers from the class shop, even though they're not necessarily, well, they're not something I've used before. So let's pop you on. That way we'll have something to mow the grass with, should we choose in the future. And let us go to main yard park 1. See how that works. That works better. Where did I leave that? Trucks up in front of me there. It's because I drove you too far, didn't I? Let's try that. Much better. So interesting. Yeah, we're going for time over there. It's been skipping on by. Normally when I stream, I have the clock set where I can see it. But I haven't done that today. If I'm not mistaken, looking across in the distance, it's coming up on 10 minutes to 10. So we might just see how we're going with that contract. That's better. He's on his way back. Don't want you. You're waiting for him. So let's just... forget it. Come on. Where are you? Right there. Nice and convenient. We'll drive ourselves over to the tip point. Bit of acceleration. There we go. You are now full. I knew there wasn't much to go in there. Lots of little spots dotted around the map. I see where you could add little farm out buildings or even drop down productions if you want. So lots of flexibility to make this map your own, I think. Looks like our fast track actually made it back to the dealership. So that's good. We'll go and drop this off. And I'm thinking that's where we might leave it for today. It's been 2 hours have flown by. We've gotten some cows going. We've got halfway through a contract. We're burning through cash setting up. And we've got a really good feel for this terrific map. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much, everyone, for popping in on this impromptu stream. I will be back next Monday at 7:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. So that's PM. So it'll be Monday morning for the UK, Europe, and very early in the US. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.